Welcome to the Warp. In this video I'm going to take a look at aliens from Cosmic Dominion, the 5th expansion for Cosmic Encounter. Now there are 30 aliens in that expansion, so I'm actually going to break this into 3 videos by alert level, starting with the green alert aliens. Now full disclosure, I am one of the designers of Cosmic Dominion, so I'm a little bit biased. We looked at a wide range of aliens from all across the internet to try to get a great mix of original and fun effects. But I really endorse all of the aliens in this set. So what I'm going to look at today is what the aliens do and why I like them. First up is Greenhorn. Greenhorn does things that are usually considered mistakes. Each encounter, you can show a card in your hand to another player and ask a question about it. Typically this isn't important. The reason this is part of the alien's power is that showing someone a card to ask about it is the only time anyone can cosmic zap Greenhorn. That's before you ever know if the alien is going to use the rest of its power, the more useful parts, like drawing a new hand when out of attack cards, rearranging its ships, and most importantly, playing certain cards when you wouldn't normally be allowed to do so. Greenhorn really wants to be able to play a kicker during the reveal phase, so this alien shines when the reward deck is in the game, and you want to get your hands on rewards as often and early as possible. Without the kickers, Greenhorn is not usually very powerful, but it is useful having an alien that can operate outside of those rules, and honestly, showing people your cards can also be useful in some situations, particularly deals. Laser. This is not the same laser as seen in previous editions. The way it works is, as a main player, you randomly set aside cards from your opponent's hand without looking at them, based on however many ships he or she has in the encounter. They can't use those cards. If you set aside their last encounter card, you automatically win the encounter. I like that this has some peripheral connection to the original version in terms of mechanics, but doesn't take away as much control from opposing players. I also like that it encourages you to attack a colony with many defending ships and incentivizes players to attack you with as few as possible. Those kinds of changing dynamics appeal to me in alien design. This can be a very powerful and effective alien to play. Lizard. When Lizard wins as a main player, its ships in the encounter get replaced with ships from an extra set on its sheet. These replacement ships are each worth 3 towards encounter totals rather than just 1. There's also a clause that if you replace all of your original ships, you win the game. Achieving the alternate win is very difficult and kind of forces you to not really take advantage of your better ships. You'd have to keep using normal ones and winning. So the key with Lizard is to use 4 ships as often as you can, and once you have some replacement ships, mix in 1 or 2 each time to improve your totals and likelihood of winning. When you're going for that solo win at the end of the game, you'll hopefully have 4 super ships to use, giving you a 12 plus your attack card. Mirage. This alien plays around with ships totals, taking advantage of a colony where Mirage has a lot of ships and exploiting weak colonies of its opponent. At the beginning of the game, Mirage has little to no advantage, but if you can manage to move several of your ships to one colony, preferably a foreign one, which will be less likely to get attacked, you will not have much trouble finding a colony where your opponent has only 1 or 2 ships. This way, when calculating totals, you refer to your colony with all the ships, and your opponent tallies up their ships from a weaker planet. This helps take the edge off of aliens like Virus, Fungus, and Amoeba. It's often not much of a powerhouse, but does give you some buffer most of the time. Pickpocket gets to take a card from anyone with a colony in its system every encounter. If you can get all of the other players to attack you early in the game, you might as well throw the encounter just so you can truly leverage your power throughout the rest of the game. It's nice to have options about whom you take the card from. All in all, this is usually a good alien for filling up your hand. It's good that you can discard any card you have taken this way as well, though most of the time you should just keep it even if you don't want it. This helps provide cover against card losing effects like compensation or other aliens. And Whirligig. The silliest alien in Cosmic Dominion is Whirligig, but truth be told, it's a pretty powerful one. Better than Trader sometimes. You mix your hand with your opponent, then decide how the cards are returned. Either you get back the same number you had, an even number, or the number the other player had. So Whirligig can always turn it to his or her advantage. Sometimes the mix doesn't do much at all, but more often than not, Whirligig is making out. It's simple and effective. That's it for the green aliens. I'm going to be covering the yellow and the red alert aliens in separate videos. I've already talked about the reward deck for Dominion in another video, so check that out. Subscribe and leave a comment letting me know what other element of Cosmic Encounter you'd like to see a video on, and I'll get on that. Thanks for watching. See you soon.